I do a lot of designs that need 5mm grid, and because we can't get a 5mm grid in this program, I make my own using the guidelines. Okay, now we're going to work on this one. So let's bump him up, and we do the same thing again. We start off with one. Now this is a highlight, it's not the actual shape, so we've got to kind of guesstimate the shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are all right mouse nodes down to here, then a left, and then right mouse nodes again, and this is actually lower than I like to work, and a left node up into there. There's our shape. I highlight it, I go into edit, I say duplicate, and I turn the duplicate blue. I do the same as I did on the top one. I move it over. Yep, and there's a discrepancy. So I'm going to come back to the red one, and I'm going to tell that one edit, duplicate, and make him green because I want to be able to see it, and move him over. And I use my arrow keys because it moves them along the same line every time, and just budge them in a bit. Right, okay, let's blow the screen up because I need to see it blown up. And I also need to get rid of the image for a minute, because the image now, apart from doing the first one, isn't really that important to me. Okay, I'm going to highlight the middle one and move him over more onto the red one. That's one. And highlight the green one and move him out to the edge of the blue one. Right. Come back to the blue, highlight him, object reshape, and just adjust these nodes. Tuck him up into there, him up to there, him up to there. And I'm going to highlight the blue one again, tell it, duplicate, I'll make that one red. I'll scoot that over. Now maybe this time I need to use the green one to actually digitize. I did need to adjust that blue one. I'm going to tell that red one delete. Oh, you see he fits perfectly down here. I'm going to delete that red one, highlight the green one, tell him duplicate, and move him over this way. Highlight, okay, let's try him again. Edit, duplicate, turn the duplicate red, use my arrow keys, couldn't find them there for a second. Right, and let's see. Okay, we go for the blue one again, which is that one. So I highlight that one, hold down shift, come down to the bottom, I use my delete key on my keyboard, and there's my shape. And I need a guideline to show me where my start is, because that shows me where my end is. And I go and I pick up my turning angle tool. I do the same again. I go into non-simulated stitch mode. I pick up my run line tool and I put my travel line in because I don't want jumps in between every single motif. And I pop that in there. I enter that. I forgot to reset the density on this, so we highlight that. We go into here and I drop that down to around 100. I hold down Shift and I highlight my travel line and I say Edit, Group. I go into Dimensions. We'll look at 10%. 10%. I'm going to make that 15. If I'm going to do a border, I want to be able to see it. Okay, there it is. Embroidery, make motif. Rope 2. Okay. Again, I'm going to use the bottom trace line. Rope 2 is being created. Okay, click off. Go and select my motif run line icon. There's that one. It's more upright, it's fatter. If I move this one down, you'll see what I mean. Oh, Maggie. Cancel that. Bring that down. There you go. This one is lying down on the job. This one's sitting up a bit more. Right. Now we come down to the third one. So let's bring back the image. I like the bulbous shape of this one. And I start with my run line tool, because that solves a great many problems for me before I even begin. 1, 2, 3. Now your program prefers to work left to right. That's how it's set up. And I drop that into there with the left mouse node, or the rest are right mouse nodes. And drop a node into there. Okay, now I hide the image. I highlight this last shape. I tell it Edit, Duplicate, Blue. I move the duplicate over. And look at that, this one's almost perfect. This time I'm going to duplicate the first one, duplicate, turn it green, and move the green to the left. Right. And I'm going to highlight the red and tell that Object Reshape. I'm just going to move that one up there. I need to alter the curve on this a bit. I don't normally like putting so many nodes in, and I don't mind if it overlaps a little. And then move that one up to there, tuck him in just a touch, move him up just a touch, move him up just a touch, move him up just a touch. Or am I going in the wrong direction? I'm going in the wrong direction. 1, that's him, that's better. I tell that stop. Now my middle shape fits both that side and that side. And my middle shape is the red, so I get rid of the blue, I get rid of the green. I'm not consistent. I love making things difficult for myself. I need my guideline, tell me where my end point for my travel line has got to be. and I need my